This is the MK70 folding knitting machine. It's very unique. It's one of my favorite knitting machines in my collection, and I just thought it'd be interesting to make a video for someone who's never seen this before, perhaps someone who's interested in acquiring one. So I'm going to unpack it and set it up and tell you a little bit about it. This is a case. It's got a lock on either side, much like a sewing machine does. It's got a little pocket in front here that holds the manual and the punch cards, and a nice handle. And the lid just lifts off. Inside, it's got a handy storage container here. The storage container has a lid, which is actually a tray that holds all the tools and accessories. And then there's more storage in the container below for various things. So to unfold it, you simply drop the sides down and they slide in and lock. The tension mast folds up and locks, and the sinker plate folds down. It's basically set up. You just need a couple clamps and it's ready to go. So I'll tell you a little bit about these MK70s. They were made in 1980, right about that time, under the names of Knitmaster, Studio, Singer, and Silver Reed. In about 1982, a similar model came out called the HK160, which did not fold up, basically the same machine but didn't fold up. These are a mid-gauge machine, 6mm. They have 160 needles, an 18-stitch punch card facility. They do not use a sponge bar. A ribber was never made for these machines, unfortunately. And now that it's unpacked, I'll tell you a little bit about the carriage. So here's a little close-up of the carriage and the punch card facility. You've got the punch card facility back here, which functions just like any other punch card machine. This is the row counter. So you've got your cam lever here, which you can set to tuck, slip, stockinette, cord knitting, and fair isle. You've got your tension dial. This is your rustle lever, so you can set this to hold and no hold. This is your cast on lever right here. That, of course, is your yarn feeder. And then right here you've got your arm lever, and you pop these forward, and that allows you to lift the sinker plate for packing. Now if you get into a jam, you've got these two buttons right here, which allow you to remove the sinker plate. And then it just snaps right back on. And that's the carriage. Now here's the yarn mast, threaded up. The yarn comes up through here, just like a regular tension mast. Goes through the tension dials up here. But then here's where it differs. You know, generally in a regular yarn mast, you've got the tension wire coming over the top. This goes down and through this little tension dial here that goes up and down, and then it goes through this tension dial and then down to the carriage. I'm going to move that up and down so you can see how that works. Now one more thing I wanted to show you. Remember I said that these machines did not take sponge bars? Well, they've got this little system built in that holds the needles in place, and there's actually like little flaps that open and close, letting the needles come out. And those are what give the needles their tension rather than a sponge bar. So here are the tools and accessories that come with the MK70, and they're pretty unremarkable. You know, you're getting everything here that you generally get with a regular knitting machine. Maybe one exception would be this needle selector here. But the only other noteworthy thing is that they only gave 2 of these pronged transfer tools with the MK70 when they were new. Just 2, not 3 like you would normally get with a knitting machine. So I spotted an extra one on eBay and I grabbed it because I like doing cables and things. So this is a KR6 knit radar. This is the bracket that the MK70 requires in order to attach that. And there's just a couple little slots on the back here that it fits onto. There are also duplicate slots on the other side of the machine. You can put the knit radar on either side. There's the traditional little screws that the knit radar attaches to, and you just line those up and just snaps right in place like that. The other thing you need is a row tripper. This row tripper screws right into the carriage over here and it trips the knit radar, just like that. And that's the knit radar. This is the other accessory, the automatic linker. Now the one that fits the MK70 is the SC7, and I'll take it out here. This is a fantastic little linker. I've used it so many times. It works great. It works much like the other linkers, the SC3. Now because you can use a knit radar with this, it's really not necessary to find, you know, patterns that were designed specifically for the MK70 6mm gauge machine. You know, you can adapt any, just about any pattern to knit on this if it's going to work with the yarn and so forth. But here's a copy of Knitwords magazine, and this issue, and there's another issue that actually feature patterns made on the MK70, and these are the garments right here on the cover. MK70 made the cover of Knitwords magazine, and those are nice. That's called Groovy Girl. So I'm getting ready to end my video here, and I just wanted to mention that recently I had the opportunity to take this machine to a preschool and teach 17 preschoolers about machine knitting and let them each knit a project. It was so much fun. We did Kool-Aid dyeing of wool, and then we knit the wool that they dyed into some little projects, and it was fantastic. I've been asked to come back every year and do that project with the new 4s class. So I was really happy about that. It was a huge hit, and the kids just, you know, really lit up when they saw the machine. They couldn't wait to try it. It was wonderful seeing, you know, maybe the next generation of machine knitters get all inspired by the MK70. Anyway, I'm going to end with a few photos of just a few things that I've knit on the MK70. I'll try to sneak a couple pictures in from the preschool project that we did. And I hope you've enjoyed this. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.